The sun sets over a ruined rooftop as ominous goblin-like creatures shuffle into position. Our protagonist, face twisted in frustration, prepares for what's about to go down. His internal monologue might as well be screaming, "Why do I always get into these messes?" The stakes are high, and he's not happy about it. Boom. The goblins make their move, their creepy little eyes glowing with malicious intent. Hanho quickly drops his poker face as one of his teammates screams, "That's my classmate. If you thought goblins were bad, imagine finding out your study buddy became one." Talk about an awkward reunion. Yoon Jisoo, looking cool as a cucumber, steps forward with that classic anime move of putting her sword on her shoulder, like she's about to do something epic. She throws out a motivational line. "Let's calm down and think about why we're in this mess." Everyone else is too busy panicking, but Jisoo? She's ready to slice through any monster in her path. With a commanding presence, Seongwu rallies the group. "Let's go," he says, as if this was some walk in the park. He knows they have to become stronger. Cue the epic squad walk, where everyone looks at least 30% cooler just because they're walking in slow motion. The goblins charge in, cackling like they're in on some inside joke. Seongwu's skeleton warriors leap into the fray, showing everyone that it's not just the living who can throw punches. The battlefield is heating up, and Seongwu's team is just getting started. The battle is reaching its peak. A goblin is ready to take a swing, but Seongwu and the squad are holding their ground. His teammate, wide-eyed with terror, whispers to him, "Is there any chance we're running from this one?" Seongwu, ever the hero, responds with a firm, "No, we fight even more." A glowing bracelet activates, and Seongwu's Essence of the Wild skill kicks in. For the next 10 minutes, his understanding of goblin tactics improves. Not that he ever studied goblins, but now he's an expert. Attack speed increased by 20%, baby. Let's wreck these monsters. With newfound speed and power, Seongwu and his team cut through the goblin horde like butter. Goblin heads are flying, and Seongwu's squad is in perfect sync. They're not just fighting monsters, they're choreographing an action-packed dance of destruction. In the heat of the battle, Seongwu is shouting out tactical commands like, "Think of them as shields." His team follows suit, using the goblins' own bodies as cover. It's brutal, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. This is the ultimate survival hack. The fiery rooftop battle rages on, with goblins burning left and right. The team's resolve is unwavering, and as they push forward, it's clear that Seongwu isn't just commanding an army, he's inspiring them. And by inspiring, I mean terrifying them into action. Let's be real, no one wants to disappoint the guy who commands an army of the undead. The goblins charge, swords swinging, and their creepy glowing eyes locked on our heroes. Things are heating up, and not just from the flames around them. Our squad is ready for action, but those goblins are faster than they look. Our heroes are in the middle of the fight when, bam, one of them takes a hit. That goblin's blade isn't just for show. Things are getting dangerous, and our hero has no time to rest. He's got to shake it off and keep going. Oh no, Hanho is having second thoughts. Why'd I choose this weapon? He's lamenting his decision, wishing he had something a little more useful. Bad timing, buddy. There's no time for second guessing in the middle of a goblin battle. In a moment of brilliance, he decides to put his dragger to work. "Take that," he yells, throwing it with all his might. And what do you know? It actually lands a hit. His shocked face says it all. Even he didn't expect that to work. And then it hits him. Literally and figuratively. He remembers he's actually pretty good at this. He's got the moves and the dagger-throwing skills. "All right, I've got this," he tells himself, ready to dish out some damage to the goblins. A light glows from his hand, and he realizes he's found it. His power. This is the moment of awakening. With newfound energy coursing through his body, he's ready to turn the tide of battle. Things are about to get real. The goblins are getting weaker by the second. What's happening? It's the fragrance of death, level 1, an aura that reduces the goblins' power. They're trembling in fear, realizing they're no match for our hero now. Looks like they picked the wrong fight. The goblins are in full panic mode. They thought they were tough, but now they're running scared. Cue evil laugh. Our heroes are about to show them what real power looks like. But wait, is that? Oh snap! The goblin boss makes his grand entrance, and it's no joke. This guy looks like he's been hitting the gym. He's massive, and not the type you want to mess with. His goblin underlings immediately start cowering. Can the team handle this beast? And there it is. Shh, boss monster. Goblin Centurion has appeared. The heroes steel themselves for what's sure to be a wild fight. As the boss lets out a roar, it's clear. This is the real deal. Time for our heroes to show what they're made of. As the fiery chaos of battle rages on, Seongwu's team faces the overwhelming might of the Goblin Centurion. The Centurion's roar shakes the ground, and Seongwu makes the smart call, retreat. But not before the Centurion swings its oversized weapon at them. Our Necromancer's mana is running low, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Summoning all his strength, Seongwu takes control of the battlefield, raising the fallen to fight by his side. Skeleton soldiers leap into action, making their grand and slightly creepy entrance. If there's one thing we can count on, it's Seongwu's undead minions to save the day, or at least delay their inevitable doom. But alas, mana doesn't grow on trees. Seongwu grimaces as he realizes his reserves are running dry. With only 20 points left, this necromancer might be in trouble. Desperation kicks in, and he glances at the battlefield full of corpses. So many bodies, so little mana, he mutters. Will this be his last stand? Just when things couldn't get worse, the Goblin Centurion sends a devastating punch straight toward Seongwu. It's a massive, fiery swing aimed directly at his head. Can Seongwu survive this one? With a swing like that, even his skeleton army might shatter like fragile bones. Suddenly, someone else steps in. A determined teammate blocks the Centurion's attack, successfully, might I add. Seongwu's comrade casually brushes off the dust and grins. Oh, you thought I couldn't handle that? Well, thank goodness they did, because Seongwu was inches from becoming Goblin Chow. Clearly not pleased with this interference, the Centurion lets out a blood-curdling scream. Seongwu chuckles nervously. Yep, that made him mad. But hey, if the monster's angry at you, you're probably doing something right? Seongwu's plan might be more dangerous than he thought. Seongwu's loyal skeleton minions leap to the rescue, trying to hold off the Centurion. One thing's for sure, these little guys have no fear, despite the massive threat looming over them. Skeletons, with their glowing eyes and toothy grins, make a last-ditch effort to protect their master. Go, Team Bonebags. The Centurion thrashes around, sending goblins and skeletons flying in all directions. It's a whirlwind of chaos and fury. But Seongwu isn't giving up yet. He watches intently, knowing that his next move has to be the one that ends it all, or at least gets them out alive. With one powerful strike, a teammate charges in, aiming for the Centurion's side. The monster is big, but maybe, just maybe, they can cut through it. A bold move, but in this world, you've got to risk it to survive. Can they deal the final blow? The Centurion screeches, thrashing as it barely dodges the attack. Seongwu's ally breathes heavily, realizing that their blade wasn't enough to take it down. It's clear now. This battle won't be easy. But there's no turning back. The brave heroine lunges forward, her sword slashing through the air in a blur of speed. But, clink, her confident swing bounces off the monstrous foe like she just tried to slice a boulder with a butter knife. I thought I could slice through it, she mutters in disbelief. Well, it seems this enemy is made of something a little tougher than steel. Our hero observes the fierce sword fighter, impressed by her smooth and purposeful moves. What a shame, she smirks, as if this battle is a mild inconvenience to her. Her sword skills are insane, so sharp, yet waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But Seongwu knows there's something more about her. That girl, she's not normal. Well, that much was obvious. With the realization that they need to fight with precision, Seongwu starts summoning his undead allies. Blue flames swirl as skeleton warriors rise, ready to obey their master's command. The monstrous boss monster doesn't take this lightly and roars furiously, ready for another round. Seongwu, however, is as calm as ever, saying, I too should move purposefully. Yeah, no rush, dude, just a giant monster over there. With the skeleton army attacking from behind, Seongwu spots an opening. Now, he shouts, lunging forward with the force of 1,000 battles. A bright green flash cuts through the chaos, aiming for the heart of the beast. Will it be enough? The attack lands, but the boss is far from done. With a roar that could shatter mountains, it tries to fight back, but Seongwu notices something. His mana is almost drained. The screen flashes mana low. Mana? Uh-oh, things just got a little more intense. As Seongwu struggles with low mana, his skeleton soldiers barely keep the enemy at bay. I just barely killed one, he gasps. The boss monster is still growling, still furious, and the skeletons aren't enough. Can Seongwu come up with a last-minute plan? Seongwu sees the boss monster counting the skeletons. Does it think it can win now? The beast snarls in arrogance, but Seongwu has a sneaky grin. Little does it know, a massive counterattack is about to come. And here it is. The plan springs into action with a single, perfectly timed strike. One hit to end it all. Will this be enough to finally defeat the mighty beast, or will it take them down with it? As Seongwu says, we just need one strike. Everything rests on this final blow.